Hello, my name is Michael Annis and I will be commentating on this presentation on construction projects, safety at work. As you can see here, this man is carrying heavy construction materials on his back. This is not only dangerous for him, but others around him if he were to slip and fall. So what is required? An elevating work platform would be the right piece of equipment for transporting heavy construction materials. An elevating work platform must be designed by a professional engineer of good engineering practice kept in mind. It must support the minimum of 1.3 kilonewtons. A forklift can also be used to transport heavy construction materials. So what is required? Employers are responsible for providing training for lift devices such as forklifts for any employees to operate any of the devices. As you can see here, this man is using a plastic bag to protect his face and has no head protection or gloves on. Not to mention, he'd suffocate with that plastic bag on his face for too long. Now, this man has safety goggles, a hard hat, and heavy-duty gloves on while performing this task. This is the correct work safety procedure. So what is required? A grinding wheel must be marked to the maximum speed it is allotted to use, and checked for defects that may cause harm, and operated only by users with the proper personal protective equipment. The personal protective equipment needed to operate a grinder are and include head protection such as a hard hat or welding mask, eye protection such as goggles, and hand protection such as gloves. As you can see here, this mason is using scaffolding supported on top of chairs and tiles. If it were to fall over, it would not only cause harm to the worker, but to others nearby. So what is required? Safe and maintained scaffolding must be provided, and masonry units must be distributed along the scaffolding platform before being used. As you can see here, this welder is wearing a piece of cardboard as face protection. This is not adequate face protection against sparks. Now, this welder is wearing a full welding mask as well as protective suit with gloves to protect from sparks. So what is required? Cylinders, pipings, and fittings used in welding must be protected against damage. No cylinder of compressed gas used in welding shall be dropped, hoisted by slings, or transported in a horizontal position. Again, personal protective equipment including head protection, eye protection, body protection, and hand protection must be worn before performing this task. As you can see here, this man is using inadequate head protection on a construction site and no other personal protective equipment. Now these workers here are wearing protective hard hats and reflective vests. They are following the correct safety procedures on a construction site. The personal protective equipment required on a construction site include the following: head protection, body protection, feet protection, and hand protection. Also refer to Ontario Regulation 213-91 construction projects for more information. This mechanic is using planks of wood to prop up a truck in order to do automotive repair. This is extremely dangerous as the planks are unreliable to support the weight of this truck. This is a proper machine used to hoist a vehicle up in order to do automotive repair. As you can see, this electrician is doing repairs on a light right below a pool. This is extremely dangerous as if he were to fall in, he would be subject to electric shock. Now, this electrician is doing work where no water source or other hazards are present to avoid electric shock. Thank you for taking your time to view this presentation.